Love is a bore, but you seek it more and more, though you know you'll be disillusioned. The song is called Noia L'Amour, which means love is a bore. And it's from the 1961 movie The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, starring Vivien Leigh, Warren Beatty, and Lotte Lenya. And the story is about Karen Stone, who's a famous and beautiful actress who hits middle age and realizes that she's playing parts that she's too old for. And her husband dies and she ends up in Rome. And she's lost and drifting. And Vivien Leigh does a beautiful, poignant job playing this woman. And tell us more about Vivien Leigh, Sean.
Well, before it's anything else, the film is a comeback for Vivien Leigh.
The 1961 film, The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, based on a short novel by Tennessee Williams, was designed and produced as a return to the screen for actress Vivien Leigh. 10 years earlier, she took her second Academy Award as Blanche Dubois in Tennessee Williams' hard-driving streetcar named Desire. During that intervening decade, she and husband Laurence Olivier had maintained brilliant careers together on the stage, and their idealized marriage was of worldwide interest. Still a beauty at 48, Vivien Leigh was the perfect fit for the role of Karen Stone. Tennessee Williams personally selected young Warren Beatty as the paid companion, the swaggering gigolo who would ignite her sexually, humiliate her socially, and drain her financially. The film's producers gave Vivien the star treatment, which means a smart director, fabulous photography, designer fashions, and the most dazzling jewelry in town. The film was successful, and Vivien's performance received critical acclaim. 2 years later, she was on Broadway in Tovarish and grabbed the Tony Award for Best Leading Actress in a Musical. As Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, which still ranks as the most popular film ever made, the beauty and talent of Vivien Leigh will endure forever.
Now, the song Que Noia L'Amour takes place in a Roman nightclub, and it's sung by Cleo Laine. And this Roman nightclub is a place where Lotte Lenya's character, the Countess Magda Terabili Gonzalez, does her work. She's a facilitator. What kind of line of work would you say that she's in?
She's a pimp.
Yeah.
She is a procuress, a putianieri. She finds handsome young men to team up with wealthy older women and or men. Mm-hmm. And the club might as well be called the Inferno, because it is sort of a descent into hell. What we have to remember is that the 5 years surrounding this particular film, you have a whole issue of the sword and sandals type movies. Mm-hmm. So the director, José Quintero, takes a legendary approach to the film rather than a realistic approach. Uh-huh. So in any of these films, you see something that is dealing with a descent into Hades or into the underworld. And what we have in the look of the club is clearly something that is very earthy and red and on fire, and there's braziers of fire everywhere.
Right, and it's kind of like a dungeon.
Yes. So when she first comes in with her entourage, which includes Bessie Love, yes, silent film star, and she's got her young man, and there's another gentleman that has his young man, and they're coming down into the club. And you start getting this sort of bacchanal feeling, and the voice of Cleo Laine in the background.
That's right.
There's the siren voice here.
That's right. Cleo Laine is right in the middle of all this, and she looks beautiful, and she's got her signature diamond earrings. That was the look that she had at that time. And she is the singer in the club, and she is Cleo Laine, but she also performs a role in this scene. Like you were saying, a siren-like role. Yeah. She's almost narrating what's going on.
Well, she herself is sort of on fire as well. She's in sort of persimmon-colored gown, which is really beautiful. And the swept-up hair, everything is looking very Grecian, Roman.
That's right.
Yeah, and the sound of her voice is extremely mellow. She's bringing a very conducive atmosphere where love is a bore. The seeking of love is a bore, and the seek it all and all.
Yes, she's got a smoky, jazzy sound to her voice. Now, Cleo Laine had a hit record at the time that this movie came out. But that was just the beginning. I mean, she has gone on. She's still going strong into her 80s.
60 years worth of continuous discography.
An amazing performer. She's one of the only women, she is the only woman that was nominated for a Grammy in the jazz, pop, and classical categories.
Right.
She won a Grammy for jazz. She was nominated for a Tony. She played Julie in Showboat in London. And she's got quite a vocal instrument, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
I describe her as a sort of a light contralto.
Uh-huh.
And at the time that she's making this film, it's a very youthful sound. And she's absolutely gorgeous. The camera just loves her.
Yeah.
But again, it harkens back to the siren voice, where men are seduced, women are seduced, and the stakes here are pretty high.
Pretty high. The songwriters for this song, Que Noia L'Amour, were Richard Addinsell and Paddy Roberts. Now, Richard Addinsell wrote the score as well. And he is known to musicians. He wrote a very famous piece that is still played today called the Warsaw Concerto.
Yes.
But he also wrote scores for Goodbye, Mr. Chips and A Christmas Carol. And his partner in this song is a man named Paddy Roberts. And Paddy Roberts was known as a composer of risque tunes and bawdy lyrics. And he had an album called Songs for Gay Dogs. Yeah.
He was just a lavender cowboy with only 3 hairs on his chest. And
so how these two got together, no one will ever know. But they did, and they created this piece of music that is perfect for this movie. It's smoky, it's jazzy, it's blasé, it's continental, and it really evokes the spirit of this kind of lurid ennui.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, that we have going on.
Yes.
Now, Lottie Lenya was nominated for an Oscar for this, as she should have been. She's wonderful. But there's another performance in this movie that I think should have deserved, it deserves a special award. Do you know who that is?
Well, we're talking about Bessie Love
Bessie
here, aren't we?
Love!
Yeah.
Deserves an award for her brilliant mangling of the name Paolo.
Senor Cougar, welcome back from Africa.
Thank you, Paola.
She gets all the vowels in, but they're all in the wrong spot. And she, with 3 words, kind of sums up what's going on in this movie.
Yeah.
Love is a bore.
Nice.
Lovely.
It is a beautiful song.
So the lowest note is, but you soon. Yeah. She hits that a couple times, but you soon discover. Now that's low for a female. Is that? Where is that?
Well, it's a contralto.
Yeah.
And she's known as a contralto.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that little bit of energy there. You're going, oh.
Though you may weep every time you go to sleep, and you keep coming back for more, but you soon discover it's the same old lover as before.